Hello everyone, this is Police Gear Nuts. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about my bug out bailout bag or active shooter active killer bag that I keep on me in my squad car for patrol. The main reason why I have this is our agency is moving more towards ALERRT, which is a form of training created by the Texas State University. ALERRT, ALERRT, stands for Advanced Law Enforcement Rapid Response Training, and it's kind of the route that we're going with our agency for active shooters, active killers. And its main goal is to kind of go towards a rescue task force, which blends tactical medic along with law enforcement response to large casualty incidents. So for the most part, ALERRT is kind of broken down that it talks more about small person teams, 2, 3, 4 officers that make direct entry and stop the threat, neutralize the threat, stop the killing before more dying happens. So this is kind of more a reason on why I keep this gear and the reason why I made it in the first place. So I'm going to kind of go over and talk a little bit about each individual piece that I have here and why I use it, why I carry it like that, and go from there. So to first start off, we'll kind of go as far as what the base is made out of. So this is a Condor drop leg. I keep this on my left leg. I shoot right-handed. I'm right-hand dominant, so my handgun is on my right-hand side, and this one is on my left. So I like this one a little bit better than some of the other ones that I've seen for drop legs that are Molly compatible, because this one is only a single. It's a little bit smaller profile, so it's not quite as heavy that way. With that, you do lose a little bit of Molly on it, but again, I don't really want to make this a crazy big SWAT rig. This is for my patrol use. I don't use it every day. I maybe used it 2 or 3 times when I've taken out my rifle, but I've been fortunate enough that I haven't had to deal with an active shooter, active killer situation yet in my jurisdiction. So, like I said, I really like the Condor rig. You can kind of expand or contract the thigh strap to fit you. But one of the big things that I did like about it is that you kind of change out what kind of way that you want to mount it to your belt. It did come with a way with a little D-ring that you could just strap that to your belt. However, it was very thick. It was probably about 2 or 3 inches, and the only use of it was to put it on here. Which doesn't really fit my needs. I don't want to use this all the time. I don't want to take 2 to 3 inches, it was about 2 inches off my belt to make room for this that I don't use often. So in order to kind of get around that, I threw a Zac tool, little D-ring more or less. The model code for it is ZT212 if you're looking for it online. Really, it's made that so you can put the Zac tool keyring on it. I actually have 2 on my belt. One is for actual keys, the other one is on my left-hand side that I keep pretty clear. I can put it on there if I want to. However, its main purpose is for this, but it's very thin. It's maybe only a half an inch, but its main goal is just so you can clip this on really, really quickly, and then you're good to go. So the other thing that I also have on it, and this is something that I just made, but it's just a little carabiner fixed with some paracord. And another tinier carabiner. This really is made to go onto my headrest, those little metal spindles that go from the main headrest to the seat itself. This clips onto there, it kind of hangs at an angle, and this at the bottom, I really will just have it hang over my duty belt, or my duty bag, and what I'll do is I'll just unclip it from there, and then I can grab this and go with it. So that's mainly what this is. It was very cheap. I made it with 2 carabiners, some paracord, and like I said, a little shackle, or a little piece made for shackling that I found at my hardware store. But pretty cheap, really easy way to have it hang and be ready to use whenever I'd like. So going to the base, I'll kind of take this guy off for the time being. What I also have is I have a pair of M4 mags or 5.56 cal that I use for my rifle. It's just an open top Condor pouch for rifle mag pouch. And on it I just have 2, right now there are 30 rounds in this guy of the law enforcement ammunition. but I did a little bit of paint work. These are just little mag pulls with the windows, and they've got a little extra mag pull handle. These things are pretty nice. Again, it holds another 30 rounds, so I have total 60 rounds on this rig. What I also do is I keep a 10 round mag on my duty belt. So between that, these two, and the mag that's already in my rifle, which our agency carries 25 regularly. So in my rifle I have 25, on my belt I have 10, and these 60 altogether I have 95 rounds, which for this sort of instance is really all that you need. Typically you're not going to need any more rounds than that, except for other circumstances. I do have more mags inside my patrol car if I need it. However, for the time being, if it's a quick thing that I want to stop the killing quickly, 95 rounds is more than likely more than I need. So that's kind of what I keep on there. What else I have is I also do have a Gerber strong arm mounted on the Molly. The Gerber strong arm, in my opinion, I'm not a big fan of Gerber knives. However, this is probably one of their best ones. Any of Gerber's fixed blade knives are going to be pretty stellar. This can be used obviously just for cutting, cutting through restraints, cutting through anything that I need to, as well as for self-defense, or for prying. It's a very thick, you can use it for bushcraft if you're not even going to use it for this, but it's a really amazing knife. I really like it, and it does a good job for what I want it to be used for. It does have a little warning band on it just for thin blue line sort of stuff. It's just because I have an extra one, so that goes right there. The other ones that I have are the thing that I have on the base is these are some little night eyes glow sticks. You just twist them on, so you don't need to actually crack them like regular glow sticks or change them out if they ever crack. You just need to replace the LED if you want to replace them. Otherwise, they're pretty cheap. I think I got them on clearance somewhere for about 50 cents. So either way, they're going to be cheaper. But I just have them with their little night eyes things. I can just clip off a single one if I really want to, throw it outside the room that I'm in to signify if it's either one been cleared, not been cleared, or whatever it is, to say, hey, we're in this room, we need more people for incoming action teams that are coming in to help. So I have them, this one's just in white, but I do mostly you just have green just for ease of use to see. So there's nothing specific about our colors or the reasons that we use them. We'd most likely assume get out on the radio what it is, but if the radio's not working, at least it's enough to say, hey, this light is on, there should be attention directed towards the room. So eventually we may go to something saying that different colors are going to be different things, but I just picked those up. It was a really nice little thing that ALERRT kind of suggests, but isn't really part of their training just yet. Another thing that I have on here is on a little Grimlock, so it's really easy to get, but I have a door jamb. Door jams are really awesome. They're made by the company Door Jam. You can find them at this website, but these guys are amazing for holding doors open. That's really their main goal. So you just pretty much stretch this. They're not going to break or anything like that, but you just need to stretch it all the way around a door or doorknobs, a push door, anything like that, to actually jam at that so it does not close on you when you want to get out or you want people to get in. So I only have one on here. I'll probably throw on my second one in a little bit, but I just had this one on just to show you. So you can get them in all sorts of colors. You can get custom ones that say different ones. These ones are very simple. These ones just say police on them, but you can get them that say SWAT, sheriff. They have ones that are specifically NYPD. You can get them all different colors, and they're really nice. They're a great company. They're really cheap. But I suggest these greatly, even if you're just going to use them for patrol, rather than using a piece of paper that's wadded up or a pen that's jammed in a doorway and just keep it from closing. This is a nice, reusable, really good way to see that, hey, it's opened, and for other people to know about it. So that's kind of what I have on there, and I highly suggest it to anybody. The thing that I did peel off before is actually my medical pouch. It is attached to here with a Molly loop / female end that can be stuck on with a male end or a hook section for the actual pack itself, the medic pack. So the main reason for these and the goodness of it is if I still need to hold security as law enforcement, because that's my primary duty rather than medic, because of that, I can still keep my mags on me, and if I need to throw this to somebody else for them to use it, I can just rip it off and chuck it to somebody else or to a bystander. Hopefully they know how to use it, or I can direct them how to use it. Normally it would have my name on it, but this one has a big old red trauma, so hopefully someone will understand that there is stuff inside of it that there's going to be used for medical supplies, even if I'm downed or anything like that. So on the side, I do have a little Chinese manufacturer tourniquet holder. It's nice and red, it says TQ on it, so people know what it is. And inside I have a little North American Rescue cat. I'll probably, in my opinion, one of the best tourniquets out there, comparatively, again, to soft T or soft T wide tourniquets, which are a secondary, very good alternative. I will trust those just as much as cats, but I do like these the most. This is a little bit older model one, I think manufactured in May of 2011, but no matter what, it's still going to stop the bleed, still going to do a good job on your arterial bleeding. So I keep that in there as well. As I think right now it's just a little generic shears. I assume I probably wouldn't use this too much. I carry a Leatherman Raptor on me for the most part, so I don't think I'd be using this. I'll probably be switching out with one of my pairs of X shears that I have in replacement. So, but that's kind of what I have there. Also on the other side I have a little asp. This is a little asp made folding restraints. I'm not going to take it out because these things get really thick and really hard to put in there, but I would pretty much just pull this out if I need more restraints than the handcuffs that are already on my person, on my duty belt. So inside here, I kind of have the red tabs so you can just kind of pull it. We'll actually attach that back real quick, but kind of what I have, and I'll move this down a little bit, is everything that I actually have for medical supplies. So the main things that I have are hemostatic agents. These are just little Quick Clot brand clotting sponges. I have 2 of them. These are usually the ones that you're going to be getting in those trauma packs that Quick Clot makes. I believe they're black in color. They kind of more or less make those safe for, oh, it's recreational use, shooting, all that sort of stuff. But these are what come inside of them, so I kind of harvested these from those. But I just have 2 little hemostatic agents, but they're just little hemostatic impressed sponges. So what I also do have is a NPA, or nasopharyngeal airway, mostly to get an airway started inside someone's nose or nasal cavity. Also on here I do have my nasal lube. So you just lube this up. This one is a 28 French NPA, but it can be cut down to whatever size that you need. So just a little NPA for you for more airway stuff. Other one that I have is an Israeli army dressing. It's pretty much a little Z-folded gauze, or a little bit smaller gauze. That's really, I'm not exactly even sure how long this guy is. I believe it can be anywhere. I believe this one is 15 feet, but I could be wrong. But it's a lot of gauze that you can use for wound packing and going from there. So it's just a little Israeli-made one. The other things I have are just some sterile pads for more bleeding control. Just little extra thin ones that work a little well that way. The other one I have is an actual Israeli bandage that's made for direct pressure for any venous or any other cuts that you're going to get, any bleeding, arterial or otherwise. So this one works really well. It's obviously pretty thick, so yeah, you need to be aware of that when you put these in there, but they do a really good job of putting direct pressure on a wound. That's so no one else, a person, doesn't have to or worry about it too much. Then the last thing that I have in here as far as medical supplies, I'm only going to take out 1, unless 2 come out, but I've got a hyphen chest seal, occlusive dressing for penetrating chest wounds. So if someone's lung collapses, this is going to be what you're going to be using, or for any chest wound to prevent the chest cavity from coming in on itself and puncturing a wound or doing anything like that. So I have 2 of them in there, 1 for entry, 1 for exit, if it came down to there, or just for an entry. So I have 2 of those in there, as well as all the other medical supplies. So all in all, that's kind of what I keep on this little guy. There's not a lot of stuff, but it's a lot of good stuff that you're going to need in case of an active shooter, active killer bag. So I hope you kind of enjoyed this. I hope you take a few things from it. If your agency goes for ALERRT, or they're going towards ALERRT, or if they're just don't go with anything and you want something on your person for your rifle that's going to be in your squad car for patrol use that you can have at all times. It's pretty low cost for the most part. but it, again, is going to be useful in the long run, especially if something comes down to it. So, like I said, I hope you take what you want from this. Take what you like, forget about what you don't like, make it good for you. This is what I like, and this is what works for me. So, that's my little disclaimer. So, take what you like, leave what you don't. I hope you liked it. Like and subscribe to the video. Comment if you have any questions, and make sure to check out my Instagram, police_gear_nut. Like I said, on Instagram, to check out some cool videos and other cool training and gear topics. So I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.